Hi everyone, so welcome to today's class. So today we are going to start the SAP EWM classes. Okay, so before that there are some announcements, there are some discussions with you. So first thing, plans on the classes. Okay, um, some people they are asking if there will be continue SAP MM S4 HANA classes will be there or not. Some people were asking for a long time that what is the timeline for the SAP EWM classes, or if there will be any kind of um, let's say personal classes will be there. So those for those kind of things, let me be clear. So um, I don't have much time to start the individual classes. Okay, that's why I'm not planning for any classes in individual, or I'm not going to take any classes individually, but the classes will be flowing through the YouTube channel. Okay, so let me also tell you the plan. So weekly, I have planned for two classes of S4 HANA MM and two classes for SAP Extended Warehouse Management or EWM. Okay, we have planned for this one. If time permits, then we will be continuing with this schedule. Okay, and timing we will be fixing it soon. When, on which days we will be having the EWM classes, on which days we will be having the S4 HANA classes. So currently from 2 days there are some issues with the S4 HANA server, so that's why we're not able to record the classes for S4 HANA. Definitely the third class is coming soon, maybe by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'm not sure about the let's say the holiday timings. Okay, so from 23rd there are holidays are going on, so I don't know if I would be busy or something. So mostly you can expect in a week there will be four classes, two classes for SAP EWM and two classes for S4 HANA. Those classes will be flow now on a regular basis, so don't worry about that, that will be there. Okay, second thing I need to discuss with you, that is about the subscription. Okay, so please do subscribe and like the videos. It is taking a lot of time, a lot of effort and a lot of research to create these classes, to clear your doubts, to have those sessions. So have a please subscribe to the channel. So in the starting beginning it was very better ratio, so we are having 50% subscribe or 60% subscribed and 40% non-subscribers. So now, right now I can see the not subscribed is 60%, which is a lot more than the subscribed people. So if you are willing to watch this video, so please do subscribe these videos to the channel. Okay, and it will also give me a motivation to start more classes. Okay, conduct more classes. So please do subscribe and like the video so that it will be distributed to the other larger audience which you are keeping on it. And please keep on doing that. Please do like the videos if you like the content. If you have any suggestions, then provide it. If you have any suggestion, then you can just mention in the comments. Okay, but if you like the if you like the video, if you like the content, please do like it. Okay, uh, okay, so okay, one more announcement is there. So last week we have planned for the live session, but due to some personal constraint, I was not able to take the live class. Mostly on 24th or 25th, any day, night at 10 p.m., we will be starting the live session. Okay, if you have any doubt, if you have any questions, so you can join that session and you can ask your question. I have not yet decided if it will be 24th or 25th. Both of the days are a holiday, Sunday and 25th December is a holiday for all, I believe. So we can have that live session on any of that day. Okay. So that's it for the announcement and the request from my side. Okay. So now let's see about the warehouse, extended warehouse management. Okay. So first, let's understand what is a EWM and who can learn it. Those things, let's be sure about that one. So first thing, who can learn SAP EWM? So SAP EWM is a advanced version of or extended version of warehouse management, which warehouse management SAP was already having. So it is a extension or it is a advanced version of SAP WM. So the functionality which we require for the WM solution or warehousing solution, that is there already in the SAP WM, but there are limited functions are there. So SAP has introduced the SAP EWM platform. Okay, so this is on a overview or in a general basis. Okay, so now who can learn SAP EWM? So SAP EWM anyone can learn. If you are good at you already learn about you are working in you can learn SAP EWM, because this is a right now this is an integral part of Okay, so most of the people like and SD and and QM, these are all integrated parts of warehousing solution. Okay, these all things are interrelated. Okay, so anyone can learn. If you are already in let's say you have already learned or if you have already learned WM, then you can learn the SAP EWM. Okay, or anyone who don't know about SAP also, they can learn the SAP EWM. For them it will be a fresh start will be there. Okay, so now next thing is, if it is necessary to have WM knowledge to learn SAP EWM. No, it is absolutely not required. But if you already are working in SAP WM environment, if you have a let's say exposure to WM, it will be little bit better for you to understand the concept, to understand what is a warehouse, how the warehouse works. So in that perspective, it will help. But most of the things, they are new, they are completely new, they are different from WM scenario. So don't worry about it if you are not aware of warehouse management, or if you don't know about the SAP WM, then also you can learn the SAP EWM. Okay, so this is who can learn the SAP EWM. So now let's understand what is the evolution of EWM, when the EWM came, or what is the warehousing solution for SAP. What are the different kind of solution for SAP WM or EWM? Let's understand that. Okay, so if we say about the evolution or history of the SAP WM, so with release of R3 release 2.0 in 1993, there a part of warehousing solution were introduced. Okay, so from those time the need of warehouse was there. Okay, so for that there was some requirement. So from that 1993, storage units are introduced to SAP. Okay, storage unit and parallel processing. In the next release 1995, the integration, let's say production planning, quantity management, and logistics information system were introduced, or they are integrated with SAP WM. Okay, in 1997, with R3 release 4.0, there are some waves are introduced and two-step picking process are introduced. Warehouse monitor was introduced. Okay, and in 1998, WMS standalone system was introduced. Standalone system means it is a completely different system. Let's say if you are using a complete ECC system and another one WMS system, then you can also use it. Okay, so in the next slide or next topic, we will understand what are the different types of SAP WM or EWM scenarios are there, what are the implementation scenarios are there, what are the working scenarios are there. We are going to understand that. Okay, so now in 1998 also there are prototype of RF was introduced. So it was not directly in the system, but if you need to introduce a scanner, you want to introduce a RF device, then you can add it. Okay, in 1998 with the release of 4.5. With release of 4.6, there was native RF, means RF was already there in the system. Handling unit were introduced. Packing stations are there. Okay. In 2002, with R3 Enterprise release, there are TRM, task and resource management. So what is a task and resource management? Basically, if you have some RF devices, you can create some task, you can create some resource. Okay, resource means who are working in the system, or what is a device. Okay, normally a worker and a device are called the resource over there. Okay, you can create some task, you can assign them so that they can go to, let's say, let's understand in a warehouse perspective, or let's understand it okay, from the warehouse perspective. Let's say you are receiving one order, you need to take the product and you have to pack it and you have to send it to the, let's say, delivery person, and they will take it away, and that they will take it to the customer, right? So for that one, you need to scan the product, you need to scan if there is any kind of barcode is there, if there is any kind of let's say any kind of other scanners are there, so you can just QR code is there, so you can scan it and you can use it. So normally it is a barcode. So we will define the task for the users or resources. So devices will be carrying those tasks, and people or resources who are the workers are there, they will be doing that work. So this is introduced in 2002. In the 2004, there is, in the SAP ERP WM, yard management, cross-docking and value-added services are added. So what are these things? We will be discussing in a detailed manner once we are going inside the class. So gradually we will be discussing it. So those things are added in SAP WM. Still there is not complete solution for the warehousing from the SAP WM perspective. Okay, these whatever things are there, that are not sufficient for, let's say, if anyone is having a automatic warehouse, or if anyone is having a critical warehouse, so that are not that much of feasible. SAP WM was not that much of feasible to do all those kind of work. So that's why in 2005 we have SCM, supply chain management. There is a supply chain management was there. In that supply chain management, we are having different of modules are there. Inside that, EWM was introduced. While time of introduction, the version of EWM was 5.0. In 2005, EWM launched. So if you are thinking that EWM is a new thing, no, it's not a new thing. It is already there, but maybe you are not aware of it. You didn't heard of it. Right now, you are hearing of it. Why you are hearing of it? We will discuss. Okay. So from 2005, SAP EWM is there. Extended Warehouse Management. It was a solution of SAP SCM. So if anyone is taking a SAP Supply Chain Management solution, they will have the SAP EWM solution. Okay. So now in 2007, with that EWM management, with that extended warehouse management, labor management were added. What is the labor management? What are the different parts of that? What are the different parts of labor management? What can you do with the labor management? That we will be discussing inside the classes. Okay, so right now if we say about the latest version of SAP EWM standalone system, that will be SAP EWM 9.5. Okay, that is the latest version we are having in SAP EWM standalone version. Standalone version means that will be a part of your SCM module. Okay, right now in 2020 S4 HANA 2020 version, this is integrated, means this EWM system is integrated with the ERP system. If we say about a ERP system, S4 HANA ERP system, so it is integrated to the S4 HANA system. So in that case, we call it as a embedded EWM system. So EWM is a part of your ERP system. That is a S4 HANA ERP system. It is a part of it, integral part of it. Okay. So two types of systems are there. Two types of EWM are there. One is a standalone system with SAP SCM. One is a integrated EWM, that is a part of your SAP S4 HANA. Okay. So if we say about the SAP S4 HANA, so EWM you can say 2020, 2021 is there. Okay. Certification is also for the same 2020, 2021 is there. Okay, if you are going for S4 EWM 2020 or S4 EWM 2021. Okay, there are two versions of it. You can go for the certification also. Okay, so now let's understand what is the difference between the WM and EWM. Okay, so basically, if we say about the functionality, you can see the table. There are some functionality were available in the SAP WM, but SAP EWM is having a larger, let's say a larger functionality compared to the SAP WM. If we say about the value added services, task and resource management, these are already a part of SAP WM, but that is not that much of feasible and that not that much of configurable. Okay, as we compare to the SAP EWM, how the simplicity is there or how the usefulness is there compared to the SAP WM, it is more useful and more simplistic approach. Okay, and here also there are let's say here the integration with SAP TMS. TMS is basically transport management. Okay, transport management system. So TMS is integrated to SAP EWM. Transport management means how your trucks will be loaded, how they will be planned. So those kind of things will be a part of your TMS activity. Shipment, how the shipment will be created. So those are a part of your TMS activity. So those TMS are integrated with SAP EWM. Okay. So before EWM, there are no such functionality was there, no such vast functionality was there. So normally SAP WM was not having that much of scope that every let's say warehouse was using it. Okay, due to the pricing and due to the other factors, they are not using it and they are using some other third party warehouse management solution. But right now, with the introduction of SAP EWM and as a part of this S4 HANA system, it is widely used and these are widely right now there are a demand for it right now. That is the only reason why you are hearing it from 2020 onwards. You are hearing more about the SAP EWM because it is an integration or it is embedded to S4 HANA, so that's why everyone is keep hearing about it. Okay, so this is difference between the WM and EWM. So maybe in the coming classes we will be looking what are the things are there, not in the near future but in later future we will be definitely looking into it, what are there in the SAP WM or what are the changes in the EWM. Okay, WM classes are already there. You can go for that. You can look for the SAP WM classes and you can compare it with the EWM classes and you can find what are the differences are there in SAP EWM and why EWM is chosen more than the SAP WM. Now for the future, let's say as per the SAP, it was heard that SAP is going to eliminate the SAP WM system by 2025. Okay, by 2025 it is going to eliminate the SAP WM solution and it will be going for the SAP EWM solution as a whole or total. Okay, so now still SAP is not having that much of confirmation on that. Okay, so now SAP has already introduced S4 HANA WM version, and also if you notice there were no WM certification in the ECC version, but right now if you go for the certification, there also you can find one S4 CWM certification. Okay, that is called a Cloud WM certification. Okay, so there is courses introduced. So in S4 HANA, there is still WM system is there. Before it was heard that they will be covering WM as a stockroom management. Okay, stockroom management who needs the simple solution and they will be going for EWM who needs the complete solution. But right now there is no clarity on that one. SAP S4 HANA is still having the SAP WM and they're still going to use that one. If anyone needs to use it on a cloud basis, they can use it. So it is already there. So who are there already in SAP WM and they think that after 2025 there will be no work for them, don't worry about it. there will be SAP WM solution will be there. Still you can continue your work, or you can learn the EWM. You can learn both. Let's say you can go with WM and EWM, both of the solution. Okay. So now this is all about the SAP future and what is coming on. Okay. Now for the deployment scenarios. So we have already seen there was a standalone system for WM or standalone system for EWM was there, and there is a embedded system is there. So now if you see about the left hand side structure, if you see this one, so here you can see there is a SAP ERP system is there. Here you can see WM as an integral part. Okay, so here if you see logistics is there, FICO is there, WM is there, and this is a part of your ERP system. As you all knows, like you can go into the SAP, same SAP system you can use for MM scenarios, you can use for WM scenarios. WM scenarios will be available under the logistics execution part, right? So this is one scenario, centralized scenario. Second one is decentralized scenario. What is a decentralized scenario? Let's say you are having SAP, different systems are there. You can use a SAP ERP WM system as a decentralized system. This WM solution will be a different solution. You will be having one more SAP ERP or LES system. Okay, so you will be having decentralized. This is called decentralized WM system. Okay, this is centralized, this is decentralized. Decentralized means WM is not part of your regular ERP system. Okay, and if it is an integral part of your let's say ERP system, then it is called a centralized scenario. Both of the things having their own, let's say, advantages and disadvantages. We'll be discussing that one. Let's understand this extended warehouse management system. So same with the extended warehouse management system. If you are having, so before, from 2005 onwards, you are having a ERP system who are using the SAP EWM. Okay, so they are having a ERP system and they are having a SCM system. In the SCM system, they are having the extended warehouse management. So it is a decentralized system. Means you are having a ERP system where all the business activities were running, and you are having a extended warehouse management where the warehouse is actually managed. So data will be flowing from ERP to EWM, and here your activities will be done. Then the data will be flowing in the reverse way. Okay, so this is a decentralized system. Now next one is a ERP and SCM add-on. So this we can say this is a S4HANA system. In the S4HANA system, you can have the embedded EWM system. Okay, so there inside that itself, you will be having a EWM system. Okay, so this is basically the deployment scenario or how the system will work. Okay, so if you are working on a implementation project, so you need to understand the deployment scenario. If you are working in a support project, you need to understand how the data is going to flow or how the data is flowing from one system to another system, how you are using the warehousing solution, if it is a decentralized one, if it is a centralized one. So you need to understand those scenario, how the data is flowing, because that will be creating a, that in that way you will understand the flow. That way you can understand the configuration, and you can also understand the issues or troubleshooting process. You will be able to understand. Okay, so now let us understand, if you are going to use it as a centralized system or decentralized system, what will be the issue, what will be the benefit. Okay, now let's understand the WM perspective. So in the WM perspective also, what you can do, if you are using at a centralized system, you don't have any other system, so data will be flowing in the single system, so there will be no data replication will be there. So in this system itself, you are having the let's say outbound delivery. So outbound delivery will be coming to the WM, so there will be no connection will be required, nothing will be required, data is already there, the system will itself use the data. Okay, but in case of if you are having a decentralized system, now here the data or the delivery data is here. Now you have to send that same delivery data to here. Okay, now this is a other system, so you have to make a connection, you have to create a connection, you have to create a transfer between these systems, right? And again you have to send it back, then again you have to create a connection for that one. Okay, so there will be a lot of expenditure or lot of price will be involved in case you are having an interface. If you are developing an interface, you are trying to transfer the data from one system to another system, there will be some middleware system will be there, you have to use a middleware system, right? So there are a lot of things you need to develop. This is the issue with the decentralized system. But there is a benefit with the decentralized system also there. Why people are using the decentralized EWM solution? Okay. So now let's say you are using the ERP system or you are using the ECC system. Let's understand it this way. You are using a ECC system. Okay. Your ECC system is having a lot of models or lot of departments are there. Okay, now lot of department, lots of background jobs will be there, system will be slow. Okay, sometime let's say your server is not working properly, your server is down. Okay, now who are the people who are using the warehouse management as a bigger picture? Let's say you are a warehouse owner, so you don't care about the delivery is created or not. Okay, so you don't care about if the sales order is converted or not. Okay, but you need to create the shipment, you have to send that orders, right? So your warehouse process needs to run. If your ERP runs or not, that is not a problem with you. You need to run your own process. Okay. So in that case, what will happen if it is a decentralized scenario? If your ERP system is down also, that will not create any issues with the EWM system. If your data is already transferred to the EWM system, you can still pick pack, right? You can still pick pack and you can still deliver the product. You can create the shipment, you can send the trucks, right? If you have the order data and everything, if you are having, so you can send the data. Okay, if there is any issues with the ERP system. Now it is a standalone system. You can work on your own. Later on, when the system is fixed, data can be transferred from here to there. Okay, your people can work, right? So this is a benefit of the decentralized system. Now the second point is, if it is a decentralized system, now you have to create the master data everywhere, right? You have to create the master data in the ERP system, you have to create the master data in the EWM system also, right? So there will be time will be consumed, more time will be consumed and more data will be consumed, so there will be some extra expenditure will be there. In case of centralized system, if you are having an embedded system, you don't have to replicate the master data or you don't have to replicate the data in both of the system. One system, you can create the data, you can use the data. Okay, there will be, let's say, less space will be required and less infrastructure will be required. Infrastructure in the means you don't need a bigger server or you don't need multiple servers, right? So one server, one thing can solve your issues. So this is basically the differences between centralized scenario and decentralized scenario as per your client requirement. If it is an implementation project, as per your client requirement, you can go for any of the process. Let's say if they want to go with a decentralized system, if they want to go for a centralized system, you can discuss with the clients and you can decide on their requirement what will be best for them. Okay, so this is for the implementation. If you are working in a support project, you need to understand what is the process, what is the flow, how the systems are there. If it is a decentralized system, if it is a centralized system, so you need to understand what is the systems are there, how the data is flowing, all of these things you need to understand. Okay, so this is all about the deployment scenario or the system landscape. Okay. Now in the SAP EWM system, these are the processes are there. Okay. First one is inbound process. Already if you are working in a let's say system or WM system, you already know what is the inbound process, what is the outbound process, what is the stock keeping process, what is the physical inventory process, till all the things you know. Okay, so just make a note of it. We will be covering these scenarios in coming classes. So inbound process, goods receipt, put away optimization, yard management, quality inspection, slotting and rearrangement. Outbound process, with that we'll be having goods issue, web management, cross-docking, value-added services, packing, replenishment, EH&S services. Here this is the warehouse and storage. Okay, how we are going to store the product in the warehouse. Okay, so basically for that we'll be having the handling unit in which we are going to pack and store the product, RF barcoding and RFID devices, resource management, material flow system, and in the evaluation and planning we can have the warehouse monitor, task and alert monitors, delivery monitor, labor management, physical inventory. So whenever you are having a, let's say, inventory is there, so you have to in some periodic manner you can do the physical inventory to match the ledger amount with the physical amount. So you have to match that. That is a physical inventory process. So these are basically EWM processes are there. Now let's understand the data communication between the SAP ERP and SAP EWM. Okay. Now in the ERP, so there are two types of data will be there. First will be a master data, second will be a transactional data. Okay, so master data in the ERP system, you can see in the ERP system there will be plant, there will be shipping point, there will be customer, there will be vendor will be there. Okay, so here in SAP EWM, in SCM system, master data is a location master data is there, business partner master data is there. So business partner is basically customer and vendor will be business partner. Location will be basically based on your plant and storage location. Based on that, there will be location master data will be there. Okay. So in from the ERP system to the SCM system, there is a SIF method is there. Core interface. SIF means core interface. Okay. So in the core interface method, we will be transferring the data from the ERP system to the EWM system. This is the transfer method. If anyone is asking, in the interview or in the certification exam also, this might be a question, how we can transfer the ERP master data to the SCM master data or to the SCM system. So SIF is the method how we can transfer the data from ERP master data to SCM master data. Okay, so here we are calling as a material master and here we call it as a product. Okay, in the SAP EWM we call it as a product. In SAP ERP we call it as a material master. Okay, so now the transaction data. If you are having a transaction, means whenever you are having a transaction data, so transaction data will be basically inbound delivery, outbound delivery, or posting changes. Okay, so these data will be transferred through QRFC. Okay, this will be transferred through QRFC. This is a method of interface transferring QRFC process. We will be looking into it. What is a QRFC? How the data will be transferred? Okay, so transactional data will be transferred through QRFC system from one ERP solution to SCM solution. Okay, so this is the data communication method between ERP and EWM. Okay. So if you are having any doubt till now, you can comment in the comment sections. Okay. You can comment if you are having any doubt, if you need any clarity on anything in the coming classes, we will be trying to, I'll be trying to cover those kind of things. So if you are having any doubt, please do question in the comment section. Okay. Now let's understand the data flow from ERP to EWM system. Now first one is whenever there will be a delivery will be created. Okay, so delivery means it might be a inbound delivery or it might be a outbound delivery. So whenever there is a delivery will be created, delivery will be sent to the EWM system. in the EWM system, again the delivery will be created. Okay, or you can say it will be cloned or copied, whatever thing you can say, you can imagine it for right now. In coming classes, we will be looking what are the scenario and how the delivery data will become, like the ERP delivery data will be converted into the SCM delivery data. Okay, so now here the data will be transferred from ERP to EWM. Now in the EWM there will be stock movements will be there, right? So stock will be either made for put away or they will be going for picking. So put away is basically nothing but it is a goods receipt. When we receive the product, when we store inside the warehouse, we call it as a put away. When the material will be picked from for the delivery for a outbound delivery, it is going out, it is called as a picking process. Okay, so outbound delivery, picking, inbound delivery, put away. Okay, if you are having doubt with the basic things, then you can go to the WM classes. Please go to the WM classes and there try to understand the concept. Okay, these kind of things maybe might be I will um, forgot or I missed to communicate between these things. If you are having any doubt, the basic concepts are there in the SAP WM classes. So just go there and see what are the basics are there. Okay. So now the stock movements will be there and the stock movement data will be transferred to the ERP system. So this is basically the process of data flow from the ERP to EWM, then EWM to ERP. So next one is let's understand the inbound delivery or let's understand the put away process. Okay, inbound flow. So normally in the inbound flow, what happens inside the ERP? You will create a purchase order, you will send to the vendor, vendor will send you one advance shipping notification, that is called a ASN. Okay, so here the full forms are there. If you unable to understand from here, you can just look into this. So purchase order, normally we create a purchase order when we have some requirement, then we will be sending to the vendor. Vendor will send a ASN or advance shipping notification. In that shipping notification, they will be confirming the quantity, dates and everything. They will be confirming on the ASN. When you are receiving the ASN in your system, it will create a inbound delivery or inbound delivery. We call it as a ASN. So when the vendor will send you ASN, it will create a inbound delivery. This is the ERP process. So whenever there is an inbound delivery created in the ERP system, it will transfer to the EWM system and it will create a inbound delivery notification. Okay, it will create a inbound delivery notification. So with respect to that inbound delivery notification, it will create a inbound delivery in the EWM system. Okay, purchase order sent to vendor, ASN come from the vendor, inbound delivery transfer to the EWM system. EWM will create a IDN or inbound delivery notification. From the inbound delivery notification, it will create a inbound delivery. Okay. If you already aware of the WM system, you already know that whenever we are creating a inbound delivery or whenever we are having a goods receipt over there, we can create a transfer request. That transfer request will create a transfer order. So same configuration or same thing, same concept you can say. So it will create a inbound delivery notification first. With respect to that notification, it will create a inbound delivery, and then the let's say the material flow will happen. Okay, so this is basically the inbound process flow. Next one is the outbound process flow. So in the outbound process flow, what will happen in the ERP system? You'll be having a sales order. For that sales order, you will create an outbound delivery. Okay, that outbound delivery will be transferred to the EWM system. In EWM system, the same replica of outbound delivery, here it is called a outbound delivery request. Okay, in case of inbound delivery, it is inbound delivery notification. In case of outbound delivery, it is called a outbound delivery request. With respect to outbound delivery request, it will create a outbound delivery order. Okay, one outbound delivery order will be created. With respect to outbound delivery order, one outbound delivery will be created. So this is basically the process flow from ERP system to EWM system, and in EWM system this will be the flow. Okay, don't confuse till here. Okay, if you are confused, then just go back and watch the video again. Okay, still if you are confused, if you can ask your question in the comment section. Wait for the next classes. Please ask your questions. I will try to explain those questions or those doubts in the coming classes. Okay, so this is basically inbound and outbound delivery flow or outbound process flow. Okay, this is how the EWM system will work. From the ERP system, how the data will be taken, how the data will be replicated, and how the process will happen in the EWM system. So if we say about the ODR or outbound delivery request, it is the same replica of the outbound delivery. Okay, if we say about the inbound delivery in the ERP and IDN in the EWM system, it is the same replica of inbound delivery in the IDN system. Okay, same replica of inbound delivery data, it will be having inbound delivery notification. Okay, from this data, it will create a inbound delivery. So same with the outbound. So same data of outbound delivery will be there in the outbound delivery request. From that outbound delivery request, it will create a outbound delivery order. From that outbound delivery order, it will create a delivery. Okay. Now the last one is your posting change. So posting change is nothing but it is a transfer posting. Okay, it is called a PCN in the WM system. If you are already working in the WM system, if you know the WM system, then you know PCN. Okay, posting change notice. So posting change notice, when it happen, normally whenever you are going for a transfer posting. Okay, if you are going for transfer posting, then you will be having a posting change notice. So with respect to posting change in ERP, it will create a delivery. Okay, posting changes means, let's say you are transferring from one stock to another stock, so there will be a delivery will be created in the ERP system. So in with that delivery system, sorry, with that delivery data, it will transmit it to the EWM system and it will create a posting change request over here. Okay, delivery converted to posting change request. Posting change request, from the posting change request, it will create a posting change. Okay, it will create a posting change over here. So this is basically the process. Three types of process are there: inbound process, outbound process, and a posting change process. So this is how the data will be transferred, and this is how the process will flow from one system to another system. So this is all about the today's class or introduction to SAP EWM. I believe this process is clear to all of you. If you're still having any doubt, please ask in the comment section. If you are having any doubt, then I'll try to clear those things in the next class. I'll try to do that. Okay. So that's all for today. We will be meeting up in the next class. Till then, bye bye and take care and keep learning.